Chapter 57, Heptad. Chakras. 7 is an important symbolic number in religions and philosophies. In the teachings of Hinduism, we find the 7 chakras, which are vortices, or spinning wheels of energy, inside the body that are depicted as petaled flowers. Many subsequent groups have taught the same idea of 7 energy centers. For New Age groups and people like Edgar Cayce, they are psychic centers that correlate to glands. Rosicrucians call them energy centers. Chinese traditions call them dantian. The dantian are only 3 major centers, but their symbolisms, meanings, functions, and placement correspond to the root, heart, and third eye chakras. Lataif are the 7 organs of perception in Sufism, Islamic mysticism. They are Qalbiya, mold, Nafsiya, soul, Qalbiya, heart, Sirriya, secret, Ruhiya, spirit, Kafiya, inspiration, and Hakiya, seal. Together, these make up the subtle body of a person. Since the Kabbalistic tree of life of Jewish mysticism is a representation of the attributes and body of the macrocosmic God as well as the microcosmic human, links have been made between the chakras and the Sephiroth of the tree of life. Below are listed some more synchronicities with the 7 chakras. Yantra and mantra, Aum, Om, Ham, Yam, Ram, Vam, Lam. Location: crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, and root. Element of prana or energy: Purusha, all energy, Akash, brain waves, ether, sound waves, wind, air waves, fire, heat waves, water, water waves, earth, seismic waves. God: Dayus, Shakti, Indra, Vayu, Agni, Varuna, Prithvi. Planet: Saturn, Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, Moon, Earth/Sun. Yantra. A yantra is a symbolic diagram used for meditation purposes. One can use the yantra to help focus the attention and concentrate. Other images, such as a rose, a cross, candlelight, or a sculpture of a god, could be used for the same purpose. The yantra for the root chakra has 4 petals for the 4 directions of the earth and the 4 seasons. The square inside has the same symbolism along with the idea of the crystallization of the elements to solid matter. The triangle inside represents the subtle energies coming down to the gross energies. The next yantra up has 6 petals because 6 is the base number for the creative cycles of time, such as the 360 degrees in a circle, the 24 hours in a day, 60 minutes, 60 seconds, and the 360 days of the Earth's ancient orbit. Inside is a circle with the same symbolism. Then comes a crescent moon, which relates to a woman's monthly cycle for creating new life and the rise and fall of the ocean's tide. The 10 petals of the Manipura yantra are said to represent 10 energetic powers that can be used to overcome the 10 difficulties. The petals of the next 2 yantras have also been related to various aspects of life. At this 3rd chakra, a downward triangle is present to show that light is drawn into the body for energy and strength. Because the heart chakra is between the 3 lower chakras that deal with the senses and the 3 upper chakras that deal with subtle, unseen forces, its yantra contains a hexagram, or shatkona, to symbolize the unity of these opposites and the exchange between them. The next 2 yantras have downward-facing triangles to symbolize the drawing in of the subtle energies. The third eye yantra has 2 petals that symbolize the right and left sides of the brain, Shiva and Shakti, yin and yang, and the seeming duality of the meditator and the source. These petals also represent 2 wings. The third eye is where the serpent has reached the eagle, linking this symbolism with the feathered serpent symbolism around the world. The crown yantra is a lotus with many petals. It is called thousandfold, as a figure of speech denoting endlessness. Mantras. The mantras listed here are called bija mantras, seed sounds. They were secret tantric syllables that are said to resonate with their corresponding chakra. Through repetition of these mantras while meditating on their related qualities, over time, the mantras become a simple aid to focus the mind, just like the yantras. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om, Aum are mystical sounds that we get from India. The Chinese Liu Zi Jue healing sounds that are used in Qigong, Taoism, and by others are Shu, He, Hu, Si, Shui, Shi, and Ong. The first 6 are aspirated hissing sounds, and the Hong of the third eye dantian is vocalized much like Om. In Amorc, the vowel sounds and notes for the 7 energy centers are Me on C, Ki on E, on a high C, M on B, Tho on F sharp, Ra, Ma on A. Ra and Ma are the yin and yang of the third eye chakra. Om on D. These sounds are believed to be healing to various parts of the body. Location. The chakras are concentrations of energy called prana or shakti. Prana travels up and down the trunk and heads through 2 main channels called nadi. Nadi connect the chakras to the major ganglia nerves of the spine. The nervous system, along with the neurons of the brain, runs on electric pulses. The electricity in the body is part of what ancient yogis called prana. There are many other smaller nadi channels of energy throughout the body. In traditional Chinese medicine, the energy channels are called meridians, and prana is called qi. The chakras also connect to organs and endocrine glands in their area. Note that the male prostate is equal to the female skein, and male testes and female ovaries are both gonads. Element prana. The elements that the 7 chakras are linked to each have different vibrations of electromagnetic energy, from solid matter to liquid to gas, and on up to more subtle matter like brain waves and invisible light. Gods. The gods listed above are the old Vedic gods that correlate to the chakras. Other variations have been given with Puranic-era deities. For example, the root chakra could link to Yama, the lord of the underworld, and his consort. The sacral chakra could correlate to Brahma and Saraswati because of their creativity. The solar deities Vishnu and Lakshmi with the solar plexus, Shiva and Parvati as the 2 triangles of the heart chakra. Then again, Shiva and Parvati could represent the 2 petals of the third eye. Rather than Father Sky, Dayus, for the crown, it could be the Great Mother Goddess, who is a combination of all goddesses, sometimes called Durga, Shakti, or Lalita. But one could plug in any number of divine heptads, groups of 7, in this type of synchronicity. The 7 archdevas, called the Vendidad, the 7 archangels of the Abrahamic religions, the 7 gods of the 7 planets and days of the week found in every land, the Amesha Spentas, divine rays, emanations, the Anunnaki, council of 7 gods, etc. Planets. Although the sun and moon are not now considered planets, they used to be. The Earth is not included in the 7 classical planets, but it shares a spot with the sun on this chart because of the association between the root chakra and Mother Earth, as well as with the first day of the week. Chakra, Sahasrara, Anja, Vishuddha, Anahata, Manipura, Svadhisthana, Muladhara. Meaning, thousandfold, perception, purification, unstruck, shiny gem, sweetness, support. Sense. Oneness, thought, sound, smell, sight, taste, touch. Fruit. Love, knowledge, communication, joy, willpower, creativity, stability. Facet, spirituality, philosophy, sociality, leisure activity, productivity, sexuality, materiality. Gland, pineal, pituitary, thyroid, thymus, adrenals, gonads, prostate. Note: B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Color: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Metal: lead, copper, tin, mercury, iron, silver, gold. Day: Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday. Angel and Sigil: Cassiel, Anael, Zachariel, Raphael, Samael, Gabriel, Mikael. Anunnaki: Anu, Inanna, Enlil, Enki, Ninurta, Nana, Utu. Lotus petals: 1000, 2, 16, 12, 8, 6, 4. Stone: amethyst, lapis lazuli, turquoise, imperial stone, citrine, orange calcite, jasper. Oil: lavender, patchouli, blue chamomile, eucalyptus, ylang-ylang, orange blossom, rose. The god of Mars, Nergal, was also known as Gugulana. The above stones and oils are only suggestions. Any stone can be used as an aid in charging and balancing the energies of the chakras, but a stone that naturally contains the color associated with the chakra will ease the process. Menorah. We have discussed the 7 chakras, which are whirling, galaxy-like wheels in the human body. The body is the microcosm or small universe. Now we will work our way up to the macrocosm, with the 7 lights of the menorah representing the 7 classical planets: Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn. These are the 7 heavens. Doumu. The Big Dipper, called Doumu in the traditional Chinese religion, has been a sacred constellation for many traditions. It has 7 stars that guide us up to the navel of the night sky called Polaris. The Big Dipper also looks as if it circumambulates the North Star throughout the year. When drawn in its positions on the solstices and equinoxes, it makes the auspicious Hindu symbol of the swastika. There is also a Little Dipper that is part of Ursa Minor, and a tiny dipper-shaped constellation called the Pleiades. The Pleiades are nicknamed the 7 Sisters, and various myths say that the human race has its origins there. Chapter 58, Octave. Dingir. In ancient Sumer, this was the symbol for the heavens, sky, and for the Heavenly Father Anu. On glyphs, it was often placed by depictions of other gods to show that they came from the skies. Sigel of Astaroth. As we have seen, Astaroth is a variation of the goddess Asherah, Yahweh's wife, as well as Ashtart, Ishtar, and Inanna. In Babylon, the Sumerian Dingir symbol for Anu was often used for the goddess Ishtar. The symbol made its way west and became a magic sigil that people would put on gold talismans and bury them with the dead, or they would draw it on parchment in order to summon the goddess for help in some way. The star of Shamash, the sun god of Sumer, also has 8 points, but differs with wavy lines. Dharma Chakra, foundation wheel, is a symbol used by Hindus, Buddhists, Jains, and others. In the West, it is known as a symbol of the Eightfold Path taught by Gautama Buddha. However, the wheel with 8 spokes is depicted on Hindu temples and even in the Indus Valley script. It is the 8 virtues of truth and righteousness, which are the foundation, dharma, for good life. Wheel of the Year: Yule, Imbolc, Ostara, Beltane, Litha, Lugnasad, Mabon, Samhain. A pagan symbol of the holy days of the solstices, equinox, and midpoints. These days are the common holidays of old cultures. There is Ostara, Easter, for celebrating the mother goddess of birth, Yule, Christmas, to celebrate the birth of the sun, Samhain, Halloween, to give offerings to the dead, Mabon, the fall harvest feast, etc. The wheel of the year cycles over and over. Each year is a new beginning. In Jewish numerology, the number 7 means perfection and completion, and thus 8 is the start of a new cycle. So Jews circumcise boys at the age of 8 days. Mormons baptize at 8 years. The earth is to be renewed after the 7th millennium, and so forth. Another significant fact is that the earth resonates a C note at 8 Hz. Celtic Wheel. The Celtic thunder god Tyrannus, who is equivalent to Zeus, held this wheel as his symbol. Celts would wear wheel amulets in honor of the god, as well as sacrifice wooden wheels as burnt offerings. Union Jack. The flag of the United Kingdom also has a double cross, or 8-pointed star. The crosses are said to represent St. George, St. Andrew, and St. Patrick. This symbol is found on the banners of other English-speaking countries such as Australia. Rub el-Hizb. This is an Islamic symbol used as a tool to divide parts of the Quran in order to memorize and recite it. It can be found in Islamic art and architecture such as fountains. The octagonal shape is also the base of the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. This symbol can also be found on some flags of Islamic countries. Bagua. The Bagua is a Taoist symbol from China that consists of 8 trigrams. They are often shown on the sides of an octagon surrounding a yin-yang. The trigrams relate to a wide variety of concepts such as the stars, geological phenomena, human anatomy, the elements, etc. Chapter 59, Nonagan. Inferno and Paradiso. In Dante's Divine Comedy, he depicts various rings or realms within the earth. Each ring is a layer of hell. Then he describes various heavens. Rather than the traditional 7 heavens and 7 hells, Dante has 9 heavens and 9 hells. Some calculate from the Popol Vuh that there are 9 hells in the Mayan underworld called Xibalba. One Buddhist tradition says that there are 9 bardos or states between lives. Ennead. The number 3 has been an important and sacred number since ancient times. Timesing 3 by 3, we get 9. Ancient Egyptians had a trinity of trinities with the Ennead, or 9 great gods. The Ennead consists of Atum, Shu, Tefnut, Geb, Nut, Osiris, Isis, Set, and Nephthys. The 9 figures in this image from Mesopotamia bear similarities to the Ennead. They have discs above their heads to indicate what planet they preside over, like Ra's sun disk or Tha's crescent moon. Here we have Marduk, Jupiter, Ishtar, Venus, Ninurta, Saturn, Nabu, Mercury, Nergal, Mars, Shamash, Sun, Sin, Moon, and 2 astrologer priests. The Egyptian gods hold the Ankh, and the Babylonian gods hold the rod and ring symbol of power. Navagraha, 9 Hindu god representatives of 9 planets. Magic square. Magic, as we know, means wisdom or knowledge. A magic square has the same sum in any horizontal, vertical, or diagonal line. The image above is a set of 9 squares that yield the sum of 15. The earliest magic squares appear from China and the I Ching, well before the Common Era. They were used in astronomical equations. They were also in ancient India, on the floors of temples, and in literature. Various magic squares are related to different planets. It is said that Lord Shiva taught this knowledge. Later, this knowledge moved west to Persia, then Arabia, and finally to Latin Europe in the 1300s.